Flip, flip, Flipadelphia. Flip, flip, Flipadelphia. Shout out to my Always Sunny fans out there. Hey, the Texas Longhorns are trying to flip some big name recruits in the class of 2026. Can they get it done? We've got the latest insider scoop on today's episode of Texas Under 10 right here on the BK Show, giving you everything you need to know about the Texas Longhorns in less than 10 minutes because you've got shit to do. With spring football in the rearview mirror, the Texas coaching staff can focus a ton of attention on recruiting. June is a huge official month, and Steve Sarkisian and company are working hard to try to secure another number one class. As it stands right now, Texas only has 4 players committed in this cycle. You don't need me to tell you that more are coming. Today, we're talking flips. Shout out to my guy Jordan Scruggs of Horns 24/7 and Texas Sports Unfiltered for some of this insider info. We've got 4 flip candidates that you need to know about, starting with 2 guys that I think are more than likely going to end up at Texas. They're committed to other schools right now, but I think by the time we get to December, these dudes will be a part of this Texas 2026 class. And we're going to open things up with a little screen share. Mesquite Poteet defensive lineman Keith Dodie, the first name we're talking about. A Metroplex kid, currently committed to a Metroplex school, SMU. He's a 3-star, 6'3", 6'4", about 300 pounds. Why is he a flip candidate? Well, Texas just offered last week. Defensive line coach Kenny Baker was up at Poteet High School to catch a practice, and he offered Dodie there in person. Dodie actually just committed to SMU like 2 weeks ago on April 25th, so he hasn't been locked down for very long. I think it goes without saying that Texas is a bigger and better offer than SMU. Texas, probably the biggest offer that Keith Dodie has racked up so far. Oklahoma has offered. And you look at Oklahoma State, Houston, Baylor, SMU, some of the other schools in the mix. So, Keith Dodie, a little bit of a late riser in this recruiting cycle, starting to get more buzz from some of the bigger schools out there. But the Longhorns trying to maintain a stranglehold on the DFW Metroplex. They gave a very recent offer, again, last Tuesday, to Keith Dodie. And Texas has been pretty meticulous when it comes to in-state defensive line recruiting. They've only offered 3 in-state D linemen in this entire class. Dodie is the third. And you look at what Texas just brought in on the defensive line, only 3 total defensive linemen, and all of them were from outside of the state. So Texas wants to get back to recruiting the best D linemen here in Texas and keeping the best talent here in Texas. But we will see what happens. Texas went out and got 5 transfer portal defensive linemen. They don't want to have to do that again. They want to make sure they can rebuild through the high school ranks, and Keith Dodie would obviously help with that. By the way, a random nugget on this one. The last Mesquite Poteet player to end up signing with Texas, got to go all the way back to Malik Jefferson, the 5-star back in 2015. It's interesting. It's been a long time. And Malik Jefferson, that was a huge recruiting win for Charlie Strong and company back in the day. But keep an eye out on Keith Dodie. The next name, Tyson Edawokco. I think I got that one right. I watched like 3 videos before recording this one just to make sure I wouldn't screw it up. And I think there's a good chance I screwed it up anyways. Another in-state recruit committed to an in-state school. Tyson is more local than Dodie was. Tyson goes to Eastview High School in Georgetown, obviously right here in Central Texas. He is currently committed to Texas Tech. He's a linebacker, 6'3", 225 to 230. He's been committed to Tech since late August, but when he did commit to Texas Tech, Texas had yet to offer. The Longhorns offered at a recruiting event back in January of this year. And according to the insiders, sounds like a 2-horse race between the Longhorns and the Red Raiders. Some other schools have been trying to get in the mix. I know Baylor is one of them. Doesn't sound like they have much of a shot. It doesn't sound like anybody outside of Texas and Texas Tech have much of a shot. So Tyson Edawokco will be taking OVs to Austin and to Lubbock in the month of June. Sounds like he's going to make a decision based on how those visits go. So again, current Texas Tech commit, but a local Central Texas kid. Hopefully, the chance to play a little bit closer to home and play at the flagship university of the state of Texas are enough to get the flip. by the time we get to National Signing Day. By the way, our friends at Horns 24/7 believe that Texas is going to win out here, even though as of May 6th, Edawokco is still a Texas Tech commit. The insiders feel pretty good about the Longhorns getting this flip. So feel great about those two guys. We've got two more for today. The insiders don't feel as strongly about these two as they do the other ones. I should have kept the screen share up. I don't know what I'm doing here because we're about to go right back to the screen share. But these two names I'm about to mention, I don't think the insiders feel as good about right now, but they're still a shot. And again, a long ways away from National Signing Day, so plenty of time for Texas to get it done. We will start with wide receiver Aaron Gregory from the state of Alabama, currently committed to Texas A&M. So good news, he's willing to go out of state. Good news, he's willing to come to the state of Texas. Those two things could bode well for Steve Sarkisian. And Aaron Gregory is leaving his recruitment pretty open. He has 5 official visits set up in the month of June, and I think one will trickle over into early July. So he's committed to the Aggies, but he's clearly not committed to the Aggies, and he's clearly not 100% sold on going there just yet. The Longhorns are going to get the OV the weekend of June 13th through the 15th. Now A&M is getting an OV, but you've got LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, Auburn, Florida State, and a number of other schools still trying to budge their way in on this recruitment because they feel like the door is still open with Aaron Gregory. So we might have a ways to go before he ends up putting pen to paper. But Texas, according to insiders, very much in the thick of things for the 6'3", 170-pound wide receiver, rated as the 9th best receiver in the class of 2026. According to the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings, he's the top 70 player in the country. Chris Jackson, get it done. Apparently, Aaron Gregory has a great relationship with Texas wide receivers coach Chris Jackson. So hopefully that can help the Longhorns get over the finish line with this one. And last but not least for today's episode, another out-of-state wide receiver. We go east to Louisiana. Texas, by all accounts, is a huge fan of this young man. 4-star wide receiver Jabari Mack, who is currently an LSU commit, 6 foot, 200 pounds, the 7th ranked receiver in those composite rankings in this cycle. And man, it is tough to go into that state and get somebody who has an LSU offer. Now, it's been done before, and Texas has done it a number of times. I mean, Arch Manning, Louisiana kid with an LSU offer, ended up at Texas. Derek Williams Jr., Wardell Mack, a couple of other examples of guys on this current roster that are Louisiana kids who had offers from the Louisiana State School, but opted to come west to Texas. And, Malcolm Roach, Barron Sorrell, just a couple of other examples that are coming top of mind right now of other players who have recently been here in Austin from the Bayou State. We'll see if Texas can do it again here. It's possible. Before Jabari Mack committed to LSU, he was on record saying he really liked Texas and Texas A&M. Again, committed to LSU a little bit after that. So what does that mean? Well, who knows? But the good news is Texas has an OV on the books that same weekend as Aaron Gregory, June 13th through the 15th. I'm sure other schools are going to get one too. Like LSU has an official visit set up next month as well. And we'll see who else ends up getting one. But again, obviously a good sign that the Longhorns will get at least one more visit from Jabari Mack before he makes his ultimate decision. One more nugget on him. This might be bad news for Longhorn fans. Jabari Mack attends the same high school that Justin Jefferson went to. Yes, that Justin Jefferson, maybe the best receiver in the NFL, who, of course, was a superstar at LSU and a part of their 2019 national championship team. So that could end up helping the Bayou Bengals a little bit. But there you go. 4 flip candidates that the Texas insiders feel pretty good about. And hopefully Texas can get all 4 of them to flip. But if you can get 1 or 2 of those, that's going to help this class. And we'll see if Steve Sarkisian and company are able to bring in another number 1 class on the heels of what they were able to do in the 2025 cycle. Would love to hear from y'all. If you've made it this far, number 1, thank you. Number 2, please give this video a thumbs up. Number 3, comment below with your thoughts on any of those 4 kids, anybody we missed, and any future video ideas as well as we continue to talk all things Texas football and recruiting right here on Texas Under 10 on the BK Show. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Remember, when you watch the BK Show, you rule. Talk to y'all soon. Have a good one. Hook 'em.